Her name was Amina Namukasa. She was 17, beautiful, quiet, and full of dream. She lived in Muyenga, Kampala, with her loving parents who ran a successful logistics company and owned several properties. They weren't just rich, they were generous. They helped everyone, especially Aunt Judith, Amina's mother's younger sister, who they raised like a daughter after their parents died. They paid her school fees from primary 1 to university, even got her a job in their company. But one rainy evening, tragedy struck. Amina's parents died in a fatal accident on the Kampala-Masaka highway. A trucker lost control and crashed their car. It was all over the news. At the funeral, Aunt Judith cried the loudest. Amina was left shocked, heartbroken, and alone. Judith stepped in as her guardian, moved into the family home, and took over the estate. At first, she was kind, but things changed fast. Soon, she told Amina to stop school until the will is sorted. Then she saw Amina's father's car, then the house in Ntinda, then the guest house. Amina tried asking questions. Judith responded with slaps. Your parents spoiled you. Everything they left is because of me. I deserve it all. You don't know how hard life is. Amina cried herself to sleep many nights. Then one day Judith said, You're going to walk in town. Someone will take care of you. She packed Amina's bag and took her to a woman named Mama Tishi in Kisenyi. Mama Tishi looked Amina up and down like a cow in the market. Pretty face. You bring in good money. That's when Amina knew something was wrong. She was locked in a room, told to wear short clothes, and was warned not to try escaping. You're not here to ask questions. You're here to work. You'll serve clients. That's how we survive here, Mama Siti said coldly. Amina begged, cried, prayed. No one listened. Then came her first night. A tall man in a suit arrived. He was clean-shaven, polite, nothing like the others. But something was different. He looked confused when he saw her. His name was Kenneth Sali, a 39-year-old wealthy widower and successful real estate developer from Kololo. He had lost his wife to cancer 2 years earlier and lived with his 9-year-old daughter. Kenneth wasn't there for Amina. He was tricked by his friend, who told him they were going to a private party. Kenneth thought it was just drinks and fun. When he entered the room and saw Amina's frightened eyes, trembling hands, and a whisper, Please, I was forced. I don't want this. He froze. Kenneth sat beside her and calmly asked, Oh, how old are you? 17, she replied, shaking. She told him her story, every word. By the end, Kenneth stood up and said, I'm taking her. If you try to stop me, I'll make sure this place is shut down. Mama Sisi laughed until she saw Kenneth take photos and call someone on speed dial. He wasn't just rich, he had influence. Kenneth took Amina to a private clinic. She was weak and traumatized. He arranged for her to stay in a safe home under an NGO that helps rescued girls in Ntinda. But he didn't stop there. He used his wealth and lawyers to quietly investigate Aunt Judith. And what he discovered shocked him. Judith had forged signatures, sold properties without proper documentation, even emptied the company accounts. Kenneth hired a private investigator and opened the case. Meanwhile, he helped Amina return to school. He brought her books, gifts, even introduced her to his daughter, Liana, who became like a sister. Amina started healing, slowly. 2 years later, Amina was now 19, confident, studying law at Makerere University, thanks to a full scholarship and Kenneth's support. Her case against Judith finally went to court. With the help of lawyers, she won back her parents' land and some money. Judith was sentenced to prison for fraud, child abuse, and illegal trafficking. Mama Sisi's business was shut down. Several girls were rescued. Amina now lived with Kenneth and his daughter, legally adopted as part of the family. But something unexpected happened. As Amina grew older, she realized her feelings for Kenneth weren't just admiration. She loved him, not as a father figure, but as the man who saw her pain, rescued her, and believed in her when no one else did. It took time, but one day Kenneth told her, "You saved me too, Amina. I was lost after my wife died, but you gave me something I didn't think I'd feel again. Hope." They later got married in a quiet ceremony with close friends and a few rescued girls from the NGO. Amina became a voice for girls in Uganda, sharing her story on radio, TV, and schools. She started an organization called Her Second Chance, rescuing girls from trafficking and helping them restart life. Amina's journey wasn't easy. She lost everything, but gained something far more powerful: a family, a voice, a mission, and true love. Sometimes the people you trust the most can break you the deepest, but healing begins when one person chooses to care. Amina's story reminds us that even in the darkest places, light can find its way in. Let's raise our voices for girls who are silenced. What part of her journey touched you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye, besties. Stay tuned for our next story.